What's up everyone, some guy here with another Alliance War video. Season 26, war number 10, we are versing against CABJ. Never faced them before, but going on past 5 here, we're first up against a Blade on Ebb and Flow Knockdown and Power Drain. I don't think I've ever faced a Blade on this node before. He is usually placed on node 7, I believe, on Kinetic Transference. At least that's where I usually place him for defense anyway. I don't think he's very hard on this node at all. You can probably do this fight with any champ. It's probably more of a diversity. I think he's better on the kinetic transference just because if you get to him, if he gets to like an SP2, you can be pretty. You might be in trouble if he fires his SP2 back to back, unless you take it on the unless you eat the SP2. But on this node, I will be using Quake. I just gotta shut it down to protection when he's stunned and concussed, and from there on, it's a very easy, quick and shake fight. I'm pretty sure anyone can do this fight. I guess you just have to look out for his power meter. When he has a lot of power, he shrugs off debuffs pretty quickly, but that's pretty much it. Going on the next fight, we have a Tigra on a Nebulflow knockdown and heavy hitter. I don't think it's a great placement either, just because Torch can usually rinse this fight pretty easily. I think she's better off on like encroaching stun or some other nodes other than this one, maybe like a enhanced SP2 or something like, because her special 2 is pretty scary sometimes. I can see why she's placed on this node, because if you miss a parry, she might start using her heavies, and her heavies are, you know, if it's on heavy hitter, she can push you pretty far. I got lucky there with the evade. I just didn't parry in time, but luckily the Quake and Nick Fury evade synergy saved me there. Yeah, very useful synergy, especially in war. It can evade like special attack as well, so it's very useful. So it's a very easy torch fight. I didn't even use my Noble Flame. I am saving that for another fight. Going on the next fight, we have a Iron Man Infinity War on Steady Build of Fury and Power Alternator. This placement is okay as well, I think. I have seen him placed on there here before. This one's a rank 3 Iron Man Infinity War, and he is awakened. Oh, it's also on Heavy Hitter. Yeah, Heavy Hitter is a good placement here. I missed the parry here, or a Dex. I think I was trying to dash back, and he just caught me in it. Luckily, the Nick Fury base synergy saved me from getting hit even more. Unfortunately, their first hit was a Plasma, and I think it can't be evaded, so I couldn't evade that one, but luckily it didn't crit, and then the following combo got evaded since they can't be evaded. But yeah, he can be a little bit annoying on this note because he can push you back pretty far, as you can see. If you miss a reparry, he's gonna start spamming his heavies here. Yeah, so I get cornered pretty easily here, and I miss a Dex to his heavy here. Luckily, the other part of the evade synergy saved me, so I was just able to get out of it without taking the full heavy. The armor break debuff, I was also doing a nice job healing him up with willpower. So I'm trying to get out of corner here, so I was able to Dex out of corner and then counter with my attack. I do block the plasma hits to build up my my smolder. I am a little bit worried about his ending here when he gets a lot of power, but as of right now, I think he's not actually triggering it. I'm not sure if it's due to the debuffs I have on him or the assassin mastery, but he never got into his armor phase, I think, at least. But going to the next fight, no, yeah, not the cleanest Iron Man Infinity War fight, but I'll take it. This one is a rank 2 Cosmic Ghost Rider on Power Snack and backup recovery. I do mess up here. I'm trying to Dex while concussion is up, but I think he just backed off instead of dashing in towards me. So I had to place heavy parry to wait out the next timer, and I was able to Dex it right when concussion was up. So from there on, it's a very easy, quick, and shake fight. You can also double Dex. Yeah, you can also double Dex. I think that's actually what I did. I just ended up Dexing just because he's not a Mystic champion, so he's not gonna get like more than half a bar power. So you can always double Dex at the start of the fight as well to do so. So that's what I did. Well, that's not what I did, but I did that in the middle of the fight, just to get rid of the power snack. And from there on, it's a very easy, quick, and shake fight. Just gotta make sure you don't let go of your heavy. Moving to section 2, we have a Rhino on Heaven Flow Intercept and Sadist. I will be using Nick Fury. This one was only a 5-star, and I think it's an unduped Rhino, so you can probably Quake this fight, but I didn't want to risk timing out or anything. So I'm just going to go in with Nick Fury. It should be a pretty quick fight for Nick Fury. I don't plan on shutting down protection since I think you can shut down the protection with Nick Fury. I think if you throw your SP1 and with the Diswarren debuff, I think Rhino has a less chance of becoming, has a chance of not becoming unstoppable. But I think it's not 100% proof, so I wouldn't risk it. Yeah, for the most part, I think I'm just going to go with an SP3. Well, I'm probably just gonna save an SP3 just to get me out of any trouble if I get into one. I do like to bait out his SP1s more just because that way I can get more openings instead of pairing. I think I do mess up on an evade coming soon, or not an evade, but a punish. I was just too far, yeah, right here. I was too far already, and I was just too late on the dex on his SP1. Well, I was far enough where I didn't have to dex, and I was not gonna get hit by the SP1, but I dex anyway out of a I guess habit, and then that was too late basically going in for the punish, and he parried me. I did get hit there a little bit, and that's where I saved the SP3 for to get the most out of the adrenaline heal. So that was a little bit annoying, but luckily this one's only a 5-star. So he didn't hit that hard into me. I think he did crit one of the hit. It was like 7k, but I think most hits were not non-crits, which was good. If this was like a rank 3 6-star, probably could have hurt a lot more. So a little bit sloppy there, but I always have second life to fall back on, although I don't like to go into second life just because I do need to use him more in section 3. But yeah, for the most part, it's a pretty easy fight with Nick Fury, since you can the bleed can just do most of the work taking him down. But yeah, it's a pretty slow fight. All right, moving on to the next fight, we have a Sasquatch, a 5-star Sasquatch on Ebb and Flow Intercept and Redouble Determination. I have faced him on this node before. I usually do use Torch with Nova Flame. One of the few wars where I'm not fighting an Immortal Abomination here, so that's nice. Interesting, a little bit for a change. I have faced him before, and I have almost messed up against a 5-star on previous wars, just from missing an intercept. And I am gonna miss an intercept here again as well. I tried to shut down the protection, but he just delayed his attack a little bit, so my light intercept was too early. I guess. But the Quake and Nick Fury evade synergy saved me again. Yeah, can't rely on those synergies too much, or else I'm gonna get spoiled. I do get a nice intercept here, so I do shut down the protection, and that's where I throw my SP3 to get the most out of it, I think, because he does go into his Wrath mode, or Wrath of Tanarak. So I just want to get in or do as much damage with my SP3 as I can, since the passive Fury is up and protection is down. So he's gonna get a lot of specials back to back, just because of his ability in Tanarak. And I don't want to eat too many block hits, just because it hits pretty hard in Tanarak, and he does become unstoppable. So I do get pushed to the wall here a little bit, but I was able to get out of it, and he's pretty much dead over here. I don't need to intercept. He would just probably drop after he uses SP2. Yep. So with the power sting from Nova Flame, it did the job pretty well. Moving to the next fight, this one's a rank 3 Dr. Doom on Ebb and Flow Intercept and Redouble Determination and Crumbling Armor. I don't think I've ever faced him on this node before. I think he's a better placement on Power Snack, but I will be using Quake here. I don't plan on shutting down protection, so it's going to be a pretty long fight. It's just going to be a simple quick and shake fight. I do mess up on this fight as well. I got very lucky though. I think I just missed a dex or something. I don't know exactly what happened, but I know I eat one hit. I eat like one hit from him. I was very fortunate that it wasn't his medium attack, because if it was his medium attack, he would place a shock debuff on me, and he could just start having me in the corner. It would not be pretty. Yeah. I was very fortunate that he only, I want to say pretty sure it's a light attack. I got hit. I don't know what happened, to be honest. Yeah, right there. I think I was just late. Probably just due to the long quaking fights. Long quake fights can be kind of annoying just because you have to be kind of concentrating on the fight throughout the whole time, and Quake can be pretty boring, I'm not gonna lie, when you're using her. So a lot of times you might zone out sometimes. Sometimes I know I zone out a lot of times. Yeah, I accidentally dropped the heavy there. Yeah, so not the cleanest fight. I do get an armor break on me, which is nice, so it does start healing me up. Well, I get the armor break from crumbling armor. I was trying to do that in the beginning, but I didn't get the timing right. But I did get the timing right after I threw the heavy attack by accident. But yeah, so it is still solo, not the cleanest fight, but I'll take it. Moving to section 3 here, we have a Guillotine 2099 on Recovery and Indomitable and Vigorous Assault. I can see why she's placed on this note, since when she gets to 15%, she starts regenning, and it is a buff. Usually you parry her to shut down the regen or stun her, but because of Vigorous Assault, you can't, she becomes unblockable, so you can't parry her most of the time. But if you use Quake, you can bypass the node altogether, since Quake is not going to be hit into her, and Concussion does shut down her regen. Even if it doesn't shut down the regen, you're not going to get touched by her anyway, since you're using Quake. You're just going to be evading all the attacks anyway. And then moving to my last fight, we have a rank 2 unduped Immortal Hulk on Limber and Brute Force and Spry. I was lucky enough and very fortunate enough to get a White Magneto pre-fight on this node, so that makes this fight a lot easier. Most of the time it's the Limber and Brute Force that can really mess you up here. If if the opponent is not throwing their special attack, if they're just being passive and you're trying to bait out their SP2 because you don't want to push them to the SP3, then you can get in a lot of trouble if they don't want to throw it and the Brute Force just keeps taking you down. So a lot of times I try to bait out SP1s early so I don't have to deal with that. And then Limber can also be a factor if they keep hitting into your block, but they don't end their combo, or they hit into your block and then they back off. So you have to keep baiting you want to bait their heavy again. So that can be a little bit annoying as well with the Brute Force ticking. But yeah, I try to do a lot of light attacks in this fight, just trying to see if I can do less hits into him so I can give him less power. So I'd have to bait out less specials, but I think I might just go with the regular hits next time, just because I do want to stack up on the bleeds. Just because I think the light hits method, I wasn't able to stack up a lot of bleeds, just because the fourth ending light is a very quick bleed, so it just goes away really fast, so you can't really stack those up. I was trying to stack up more bleeds just so I don't push him into his Immortal phase, but I think this guy's unduped. I want to say he doesn't have an Immortal phase if he's unduped. I don't know. I don't really know much about him. I was just trying to get him down without him going Immortal. I was hoping the bleeds would do the job, so I started doing a lot of heavies in the end to build up more internal bleeds, hoping that would do the trick. And yeah, it did the trick. He didn't go into his Immortal phase. That might be because it's unduped. I don't really know his abilities, but either way, the fight is down. I soloed it. It was a nice war. I did go itemless again this war, which is nice. It's always nice to go an itemless war. We did end up winning this war. Unfortunately, we did not clear the map. It was very close. Someone just had a family emergency, so they weren't able to clear their node. But we did end up winning anyway, and this actually bumped us up a lot to ninth place in Plat 2, which I was pretty surprised. I thought we would. I don't know. I think I might be just used to Plat 1 or higher tiers where a win usually doesn't push you up that high. But I was surprised we went from 22nd place to all the way to 9th place. So yeah, we'll see what we can do. Hopefully we're able to finish in Plat 1. But yeah, that is it from me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.